welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen. First off, I want to thank all of you for watching my new videos. I really appreciate it, and I just want to remind you all to go ahead and subscribe down below so you don't miss any of my new videos. Today I'm doing the blush tag, and I just thought it'd be a fun way for us to talk about some of my favorite makeup products and for me to share them with you. So without further ado, let's do the blush tag. So the first question of the tag is best packaging, and I have a few winners on this one. The first one is the Balm In Stain blush, and this is in the shade Houndstooth. This packaging is so cute. The Balm packaging, all of their stuff kind of looks like this. It's a little bit vintage looking. This one has a little sleeve, and so the blush kind of slides out, and as you can see, it looks like a little book, and this is a beautiful like mauve shade. I picked this up mostly for the fall time, but I just think this is really beautiful packaging, and if you like kind of vintagey looking makeup, this might be right up your alley. This one is the next one for best packaging. This is the Too Faced Perfect Flush Blush. Now I actually really don't like the blush in here, but I think the packaging is really cute, so I decided it was worth giving it a shout out. I picked this one up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and usually they sell these for half off, so they're like 15 bucks, which is a really great time to pick them up. They're really beautiful. It comes with about 3 shades in here, and it's a baked blush, but for me it just doesn't really show up on my skin, so I don't really use this very often. But of course the heart shape is really cute, so I think this one deserves a best packaging win. And then my final blush for best packaging is another Too Faced blush. I don't know what's up with Too Faced and hearts, but this one's really cute too. This is the Love Flush blush in Your Love Is King, and this is a 16-hour blush. Now, don't quote me on that 16-hour wear because I've never worn a blush for 16 hours. And the packaging is kind of hard to get open, but once you do, it's really cute. This is a really beautiful, like mauvey purple color, kind of like that earlier one I talked to you guys about. This is more of a winter shade for me, but these blushes are very pigmented, so I would totally recommend them. Okay, and then the next question is prettiest color, and don't worry, I only have one for this category. I picked the Milani Baked Blush in the color Red Vino. This is an oldie but a goodie. I've had this in my collection for quite a while, and this color is just, what can I say about it? It's got like a beautiful gold speckled look, and it's this really beautiful dark red vino shade, obviously kind of like the name. And this is just an amazing color for people with my skin tone. It kind of brightens up my cheeks, and you can kind of build this up or wear it really sheared out. So that's why I really, really like this blush, and it's the prettiest color for my skin tone. Okay, and then the next category is most pigmented, and this one was really easy for me. I chose the Becca blush in the shade Sweet Pea. Now this is the only Becca blush I actually own, but I have a feeling they're all just as good quality as this one. These blushes are so pigmented, you just need the littlest bit and you'll have extreme color payoff. I really like these blushes. They're really soft. They're, again, very pigmented. The packaging is wonderful. So I recommend any of the Becca blushes to you. And this is the one I chose for the most pigmented blush that I have. Okay, and then the next question is my everyday blush. And I picked this little guy. This is the e.l.f. blush palette. And I picked the light one. It also comes in dark, but I feel like I use the light shade more because I'm obsessed with this nude shade right here on the bottom. These palettes are great. They're $6. You can find them anywhere that they sell e.l.f. products. I picked up mine at Target, and if I could just wear one blush for the rest of my life, it would be this shade. It's like, it looks really brown right now on camera, but it's like this really perfect like apricot peach shade, and it really like brightens up my skin. So this whole palette is my everyday blush. Okay, so for my party blush, I picked 2 from the Ambient Edit Lighting palette. I picked Mood Exposure and Luminous Flush, and kind of the reason I picked these 2 is because they are 2 pricier blushes, so I try not to wear them every day. This palette was like an $80 palette, so I try not to tap into these very often, but they're beautiful blushes. They're finely milled. The pigmentation is amazing. Mood Exposure is just like a classic like mauve shade, and Luminous Flush is like a beautiful pink shade, so I definitely save these for special occasions like a party. Okay, the next question is the blush I regret purchasing, and I'm actually going to pick on this, my little Z palette right here, and I'm talking about all the blushes right here. This is from the Benefit collection that comes out every winter. Around the holidays, they do a little box with some of their most popular shades. The thing about these is I was so disappointed. The quality and the pigmentation is not as good as if you were to buy like a full size of these. So it was really disappointing because I was really excited to try these blushes, but I really don't like the pigmentation of these products in this particular palette. I think if I were to go out and buy these blushes, the pigmentation would be a lot better, but because of this set and how disappointing the pigmentation was, I don't think I'll ever try any of Benefit's box blushes because these were so horrible, and this was like a $30 to $40 palette. So I just feel no need to purchase any Benefit blushes because there's so many good ones out there. So this was my biggest regret in purchasing this palette. Okay, this is another blush that I regret purchasing, and the packaging is so cute. Of course, this is a limited edition MAC blush, the Simpsons collection, and I was so excited. This is the shade Pink Sprinkles. It's got a little Marge embossed on it, and it's this really beautiful pink shade. And if you watch any type of YouTube or you're into makeup, you know people talk about MAC blushes all the time, and this is the only MAC blush I own, so I was really excited to see what MAC was all about. Unfortunately, I really don't like this blush. The pigmentation is awful to non-existent. It makes me really weary to try any of the other MAC blushes, which makes me kind of sad because I really do hear that they're amazing. It's just that once you spend like $30+ on one blush that doesn't work, it doesn't really prompt you to purchase more. So because of that, I do regret purchasing this blush as well. Okay, and then my least used blush is kind of a surprise. This is actually a NARS blush. I was such a huge fan of NARS blushes when I first started playing with makeup, and this is the shade Deep Throat, and I also had Orgasm, which I like whipped through, and I don't have Orgasm anymore, and I have a little bit left of this one, but I rarely turn to these anymore, and I don't really know why, but they are really beautiful, and they have great formulas, and the packaging is nice and sleek, so I do really like NARS blushes. I just think I haven't found a new shade that I'm crazy about, so this is in my least used pile. Okay, and then I picked this ColourPop blush in Never Been Kissed for my most used blush. This was actually a new discovery in my collection. I picked this up in a bundle over the holidays. They retail for $8, but ColourPop has so many beautiful shades. I love this one because it's more of a satin finish, so there's a little bit of shimmer to this, but it goes so great with my skin tone. You can sheer this out or really build it up, and it just gives my skin the most amazing flush, and it really melts in with all my other makeup, so it doesn't look cakey. I don't look like a clown. This is my favorite blush, and I can't wait to try out more of the ColourPop blushes because I have a feeling I'm going to love all of them. Does anybody want to guess what my favorite brand of blush is? Oops! It's Tarte, and I love these blushes. These are all the mini ones. They usually come out in a set of 4 over the holidays, and it's a really great time to pick these blushes up because it's such a good deal, and you get the perfect amount because let's be real, nobody ever finishes a full-size blush. So this is a really great way to check out their range. I love these. They're usually exclusive to Ulta. I love all of these shades. They're a great texture. The pigmentation is amazing with every blush. I really love like these nudie shades that Tarte comes out with. You wouldn't think this would show up on my skin, but actually it really pops on my cheekbones. So I'm just a huge fan of their whole range. Not only do I have this hoard going, I also have 2 of their blush palettes. These are also holiday sets. I always just buy their blushes when the holiday sets come out because they're such a good deal, and you get so much product. I'm never going to get through all these blushes. I mean, I might, but it's going to take a miracle, let's be real. So I really think these are beautiful, and if you ever get the chance to pick these up, I would, because they are truly amazing. I love the Tarte blushes. Also, they just came out with a limited edition one, and I think they're selling it on Ulta.com, so if you have a chance, grab it. I'm not planning on buying it because I don't need any more blushes, but it is my favorite brand, and if you want to try any of these out, I would suggest picking it up in a set. Okay, question number 10 is your greatest discovery of the year as far as blush goes. And it's only March, so who knows if I'll find something else. But right now, I'm really loving the Makeup Revolution blushes. These are amazing. I'm actually wearing the nude shade on my cheeks right now. And get this, hold on to your horses. This is a $5 blush. That's right, I said it. It's $5, and Ulta always goes buy one, get one half off. So you can get one for $5 and you can get the second one for $2.50. It's the most insane thing. These blushes are so pigmented and so soft and buttery. I can't freaking get over it. Like, it's such a good deal. There's no reason for people not to buy makeup because really, if you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, that's totally fine. Makeup brands have come so far in the last couple of years that you can get anything on a budget. And if you're looking for two amazing blushes, I would totally recommend just any of the blushes from Makeup Revolution. I picked these ones up because they're very neutral, so I had to say shades Nude and Fusion, and these are so beautiful and so affordable. So if you pick up only one thing from this video, pick up some Makeup Revolution blush shades. Okay, and then the next question is most practical, and I picked this one. This is kind of a random pick because I don't know much about this brand. It's called Studio Makeup, and I got this in a BoxyCharm box, and it's in the shade Wildflower. This is an amazing shade. It's kind of like a pinky nude shade. It's really kind of unusual. I don't gravitate to shades like this, so for me, it was just such a great discovery in my BoxyCharm, and it is so pigmented. It's a beautiful shade, and I wear it every day, so that's why I picked it as my most practical blush. Okay, and question number 13 is least practical, and I have two really good ones for this. You can probably tell just by looking at these why they're the least practical. I just wanted to pick these up as kind of just like, you know, just so I have my options and kind of to just spice things up every once in a while. You know, you gotta always be on your toes when you're a beauty blogger. So this is the shade Crimson from the NYX blush collection. I actually really love these HD blushes. There's some really good everyday shades, and this Crimson shade is so pigmented, and it reminds me a lot of NARS Exhibit A. And then the Afterglow collection has a really bright red too. Now, of course, I don't suggest wearing it this opaque on your skin, on your cheeks. You're obviously going to want to blend it out, and when you do, it just turns into this really soft crimson shade, so it is really quite beautiful. The next blush is this one, and this is the Afterglow blush in Bittersweet. Gotta give Urban Decay a shout out for the packaging. It's really beautiful, and it has that caged effect, which is really cool because you can see the color reflected through the cage. And this one is a crazy like purpley violet shade, and when these came out last year, I was like, I need that, and I don't know what I was thinking, but it is really beautiful. Again, you want to wear it not this purple, but really sheared out, and it's kind of a fun twist. Obviously, you don't want to go bold eye, bold cheek, bold lip with these. You're gonna wear these on days where you're only choosing to highlight your cheeks, and you're gonna do minimal makeup everywhere else. But it's always kind of fun to have these different shades, but they are probably the least practical because you don't probably want to show up to work wearing purple blush every day. Or maybe you do, which is totally fine. Makeup, you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, I only have two more questions left. So question number 13 is most expensive. Now, this guy right here, this is a NARS limited edition palette, and it's called Blame It on NARS, and I believe it came out last year sometime. I picked it up at Nordstrom. It was a Nordstrom exclusive. Total packaging buy. NARS always gets me with these glamorous packages. So yeah, it was the most expensive. It could probably fit in my least used category too, but this was like a $50 palette, and as you can see, I've barely made a dent on this. It's really cute though because it comes with this little mini Ita brush, which one of these brushes retails for $50 alone. So it's kind of nice that I have it, and it comes with a small size of the Laguna bronzer, and also the Satellite of Love highlighter, which I've never used. So it is a pretty versatile palette because it comes with 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight, so you can take this for travel, but it is one of the least used palettes and blush, you know, little palettes that I have, because it's just not very practical. It's kind of bulky, and the pigmentation is just not there for me. I feel like if you were to buy an individual NARS blush, it would be way more pigmented than these, so I was really kind of disappointed, which is why I don't use these as much. Okay, and final question, least expensive. Of course, I had to show you guys a Wet n Wild blush. This is Rose Champagne, and this is their new formula. I love the packaging, and again, I'm really attracted to nudie blushes. I don't know why. This one, the pigmentation is just not there. I am way too dark for this blush, but it totally fits into this category because it's like a $3 blush. You can find it at the drugstore. I might try using this as a highlighter for my skin tone, but if you're on a budget and you want some really pigmented blush, I would pick out this one from Wet n Wild, and you can find this at Target, CVS, Walgreens. They sell them everywhere, and they're like $3. So this is my least expensive blush. Okay guys, so I went through 14 questions. Hopefully you enjoyed all my picks for all these categories. It was a really fun video to film. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go ahead again and give it a like if you did. Share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I want to tag a few people in this video to kind of go ahead and do the blush tag. So I'm going to tag Nethme from the style folder, and I'm also going to tag Roshini from Beauty by Roche. I will leave Roche's channel down in the description box, and I will also put Nethme's blog down there. They're 2 really fun, kind of different. One's a blogger, one's a YouTuber, so I think you'll really enjoy their stuff as well. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!